It's story time. So at this park, I see this acorn running around having a great time, and that's because this acorn is giving a piggyback ride to a chicken, and this chicken is just having the time of its life, saying "Bawk, bawk, bawk," and it's just having so much fun. When all of a sudden the chicken gets covered in ink, and the chicken's like, "Oh no, ink, my precious feathers!" And who threw the ink? It was a land shark. What's a shark doing out of water at a park? I don't know, but a shark's here tossing ink on a chicken. And so the shark is laughing, "Arr, arr, arr, arr," and is having a good time. But that's because Pikachu commanded the shark to throw the ink. Pikachu owns the shark and taught the shark how to live outside of water because Pikachu is just amazing. And Pikachu's talking, "Pika, Pika!" But Pikachu gets hit in the head by a club, and Pikachu falls over. Pika! And so Pikachu gets knocked out. But who threw the club? It was a ninja bear. Because the bear and the chicken are best friends. So the bear had the chicken's back and knocked Pikachu out. Now, you might be wondering, what does this story have to do with anything? Well, the truth is, this story is actually information for me. So to anyone else, this seems like a random, crazy story, but for me, it's actual information. And so I'm starting a new series where I want you to give me information. So down below, post comments like a specific type of information, like an example. And I'm going to go through the process and create images for it and a story to show you the process that goes through my head when I'm creating images and stories. Because a lot of people were asking, how do I improve my creativity? How do I improve my imagination? So hopefully by doing this, I can show you exactly how I use my imagination, how I use my creativity in order to create images, but also the crazy stories that go with those images. And so this right here is a story that represents a cow pattern. So this was part of my TED Talk. So right now, let me go through and explain how that crazy story ended up, came from the cow pattern, okay? Starting at the top left, I see an acorn. That black blob at the top is an acorn, so the image I used, an acorn. Now, the next puzzle piece, that big black blob, to me it looks like a chicken, so I used a chicken for that puzzle piece. Now the top right, I see a whole bunch of ink with that black spot, but when you go to the bottom of that puzzle wow, I see a shark, so that's where I get ink shark. Now, my favorite, the bottom left, I look at it and I instantly see Pikachu. So of course, I use Pikachu. Now, the next puzzle piece, that white little strip right there, I see a club. And so I picture a club. Now, the bottom right puzzle piece might be hard to see, but there's like a little bit of a color discoloration right there. And so I see a polar bear right next to the black part of the puzzle piece. And so I use a polar bear for my image. Next, I used a location, a park, to store all that information in for that cow pattern because I had to memorize 100 different cow patterns. So I used a location in order to store that one specific cow pattern. So I used a park I knew, and of course, I pictured that crazy story I just told you. And the way I just connected it was whatever came to my mind because I had 100 different cow patterns, so I had 100 different stories that I had to create. So I just let my mind just go with it, and hopefully you enjoy the crazy weird story I came up with. And the reason it comes in that specific order is because I started at the top left and I ended at the bottom right. And so the acorn was the first puzzle piece, the top left. The chicken was the top middle piece. The ink and shark was the top right, and so on. And so there you go. That's how this crazy weird story actually represents useful information to me. And so I really do want to help you out. So in the comments down below, post one piece of information. So say if it was like the presidents, for example. So it'd be like George Washington, Independent Party, and then his term date. Like if you want that, I would create a story and show you the story I would create for that and how I created the images and things like that. Because I really want to give you an insight into how I create my images. And I think this would be the best way possible because I'll try to find some images and do what I just did for you now by showing you this crazy weird story I came up with. And I think the pictures really help. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Subscribe to my channel for more videos on memory techniques, how to do better in school, memory challenges, updates, and much more. Also remember to click the notification bell so you know when I upload a video. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter, the links are down below in the description. You also can check out these videos. If you want to learn all the memory techniques and learn how to apply them to all sorts of information, or if you want to start competing in memory competitions, you can check out my programs down below in the description. Look forward to my next video and get ready to get the best memory of your life.